Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on what part of this world you're watching the YouTube video from. If you don't know me, I am Lord Omni Snow the Fourth, and today's video is going to be talking about the hottest topic in the streets. You guessed it, Vesper cores. So before I get into this video, I want to give a disclaimer. What I'm hoping to accomplish and the information I'm hoping to give out of this video isn't necessarily to, I guess, answer questions about like builds or like what's the best course to go after, or just anything that may relay to the competitive nature of Ragnarok Origin itself. What I'm hoping to accomplish from this video and the information I'm hoping to give is just to inform on a more basic level all the information that a user that is looking into understanding Vesper cores may find helpful to help them in their journey throughout the game. So if you're looking or listening to this video with the intentions of potentially like learning or wondering about a specific build or anything like that, unfortunately that's not this video. My goal in this is to just briefly talk. Well, I'm gonna do the best I can, but to give information best I can about everything that I know on a 101 level of Vesper cores. So getting into the content. Wait, before I get into the content, hold on. All right, sorry. Music was bothering me. All right, got to set the vibes, you know. All right, so getting into the content. What are Vesper cores? So there's, as everybody know, today, as of April 26th, right? We had an update in the global version, the official Ragnarok Origin version, global for NA and Canada. We had a fourth new core added, and I'm gonna do my best to try to talk about that core because I understand information is limited on the internet. So I'm gonna do my best to like talk about it, but just know that information is limited, and players are now trying to discover like the brand new core that just hit global. But starting at the basics, what are Vesper cores, right? So Vesper cores, when you hit a certain level in the game, you will unlock this little cogwheel effect. And what you can do is you can align these cogwheels to give your character certain like passive stats that can draw out more power within your character. That's the very, very basic explanation of these. The total weight, of course, is, so you'll see on these Archdam cores, they have a specific number. So when you insert a certain number of cores, as I'm doing, you'll see that total weight going up. That's your limit. That is your basically your weight limit of what your character can support. Later on in the video, I'll explain ways you may be able to increase that. But for right now, what I'm just doing is just giving a gee whiz explanation of the different tiers of cores. So you just got introduced to the Archdam cores or the blue cores. The next step up are the actual Vesper cores, which are the purple cores. So purple cores are typically like the intermediate type of cores, and as you can see, there's I'm gonna insert 3 purples. Actually, we'll talk about that one in a second. I'm gonna add 3 purples. So going over, you see the total weight has increased, right? Now, going to the 3rd level, the more rare core is the Demi Core. Most Demi cores are at a 6 weight. So if you're looking to use these, just know that you may only be able to have 2 of them in one slot. And I'm gonna get into later, in a sense, I'm gonna get into ways that you can potentially, if you get lucky, get a what is called a lightweight core. But in a very, very general sense, right? I want to just quickly go over just Gee what are Verus cores? Or I say Vesper, but they're really called Verus cores, right? Now to go over the ways that you can go about acquiring them. For those who have been playing the game long enough, you know that if you do quests, you do your dailies, you do certain things in the game, you will be able to achieve ways to get more cores. One way is by doing your daily, spinning the wheel, and you may get lucky and get a Vesper core. If you save up 30 shards, which you get from these gem fragment chests, then you can potentially get a Demi cogwheel. Another way for those out there that love investing, of course, there is the cogwheel gotcha, and then there is the super cogwheel gotcha. So that's another way. If you like investing, you can achieve receiving cores that way. And then in many ways you have the special events where I believe there are certain deals that are going on where you can achieve getting with you know, through investing you can achieve getting cores and things like that with monetary value. If you're free to play, of course, just ignore all this that I'm talking about. I'm just showcasing the many different ways that you may be able to achieve receiving cores throughout the game. I believe the last is this Cogwheel gift box, which shows more ways that you can receive potential Demic investment cores. Now, to explain how to get the latest Smelding core, the only way you can get the Smelding core is through the mystery shop. As you can see, the mysterious Cogwheel gotcha is sold out because I've already bought them. I've already hit cap, but you can get 5 of them for every refresh. So roughly, if you buy all 5, it's 600 Nanberries. You guys can do the math, but through refreshing, that's the only way you can get the Cogwheel gotcha that will allow you to achieve receiving these cores, right? So what is a video without, you know, getting into the nitty and gritty? So I explained in a nutshell small ways that you guys can basically achieve getting cores. Well, what good of doing a video, of course, if I don't do pulls live and things like that to get more cores? But before I get into that bit, we're going to take a field trip, because I want to show. Actually, you know, we'll take a field trip after the pools. Let's stay on track. So now we're gonna go into my storage. Sorry about like all my trash being unorganized. I apologize. We're gonna go in my storage. We're gonna grab these items that I have saved up for this video for you guys. And I believe that's everything. I believe I got everything that's needed, right? So, like I mentioned before, the only way you can get Smelding cogwheels is through these cogwheel gotcha items that got introduced into the Mystic shop. And then I have roughly about 115 Cogwheel lottery tickets, right? So for those out there saying, okay, Omni, like what else, what more is there to this video? What more would you like to explain in this one-on-one video? Again, the goal of this video is to familiarize newer players on ways that not only they can pull for chords and things like that, but to familiarize them for potentially ideal effects that they would like. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back in here and we're gonna look at my Demi cog here, right? So we're gonna look at this cog, and the reason being is because, let's see, and I'm gonna get into synthesis and resetting in a moment, but actually that's gonna come later. So when you click reset, you have the ability to see the skill preview of the designated cog. So just real quickly, if I want to see all the types of blue cogs there are, well, I can click one, I can click skill preview, and it will show me all of the potential levels of what comes with those blue cogs and the abilities. The same thing with the Vesper cores, cogwheels. I can see all of the different levels that are associated, so you can see how these effects are starting to scale. Unfortunately, in the skill preview, you cannot see the description. You have to have the actual cogwheel itself to see the description. But even still, you can kind of, if you find one at a lower level, you can kind of gauge the percentages of how things will scale at a later level. And then, of course, the Demi cogwheels, you can see the different levels as I showcased before, right? So now, with that being said, let's get into not necessarily synthesis, because we're gonna get into that soon after I do pulls and everything. But let's talk about the different weights and how you can mix match things. So I want to insert this. I want to insert a level 5. I'm going to insert a level 5. And then I'm going to obviously insert, let's see, let me find a archstem. Okay, and I'm going to insert a level 4. So typically when you have like, when you, I guess, are in a beginner state of developing your core structure, this will look very familiar to you. You will most likely have one Demi, one Vesper, one archstem. Well, in many ways, you can actually receive a archstem, a Vesper, or a Demi Core at a lower weight class. Let me repeat that. In many ways, well, there's really only one way, well, two ways. You can receive a archstem, Vesper, or Demi Core cogwheel at a lower weight class. And as you can see in the middle, they when you add them, they start spinning with the retrospective color. Well, the only real way, other than doing pulls and RNG, that you can do this or receive a more lightweight core is through synthesis, which is synthesizing cores you already have to re-roll them. You're basically, I'll just do one live. Let's do these two, right? You can synthesize these two, and when you synthesize, you'll receive a brand new cogwheel. And that cogwheel, every time you do it, you have a % chance to receive a more lightweight cog. And of course, the chance is very small. So I know I'm using my Edens to do this. But you guys get the point. Also, as you can see, I received from me using synthesis, I received a what is called a double effect cogwheel. So this one that I received is a 4 weight, and it has magic defense, and it has ME cast time reduced by 0.5 seconds. Right? So that in a way is synthesis in a nutshell. Well, as you can also see, I do have lightweight cogwheels that have a 3 weight. And that's what I mean. Through synthesis, me synthesizing over time, I have received these 3 weight cogwheels, right? Same thing can be said for Vesper. Vespers are 4. I'm not gonna synthesize. Well, I'll do one. I'll synthesize these. But very rarely will you receive a 4 core, and this is a 4 weight Vesper with double effects, right? So you can that is the reason why you would, I guess, synthesis your cores. I will get into dismantling later because the dismantling is a newer feature that was just released today. But yeah, in a nutshell, when you add these more lightweight cores, now you give yourself an opportunity to customize and use different cores. So I'm gonna use this core, and then I'm gonna use this core. So that, in a sense, is how effective a lightweight core can be, because now you're using a lightweight core to give yourself more flexibility with certain abilities. I'm gonna add this lightweight core, and then now it's like if I want to have a 5 core, boom, more flexibility. So that is the idea of lightweight cores, and how lightweight cores play a role in you shifting. You can shift the weight. Now, there are ways that you can increase your weight limit, and I'm going to show that as well. So these core refinement device, they're temporary. I have this golden one. Main way you can receive these is through synthesis. I know gravity releases certain events that allow you to also receive these items. And then this is more of the purple one. Just know that when you use these, they only last roughly about 2 weeks. So if you're gonna use these, use them wisely. Use these carefully and have a plan for them. That's why I haven't used mine, is because I'm still figuring out my own build and things like that. And then you have what is called Cogwheel Resets. So when you, in the event you get a lightweight core, right? Let's go back and we'll talk about resets before we get into pulls. Let's say, boom, I have this Vesper cogwheel now, right? It's a lightweight. I like it. I like that it's a 4 weight and it's a double. Well, what you can do is you can reset it. Actually, I mean, messed up here, but you know what? Boom. You can reset it. What resetting a cogwheel does, it re-rolls both effects on the cogwheel. That's what it does. So when you reset the core, it will re-roll this core to be a different combination of effects that are completely random. You can do the same thing with the Demics. And that is why these advanced titanium steels are very valuable. Same thing with the archdams. All of this is still just one-on-one information. I wanted to be very transparent in this video and showcase and show you guys everything that I know right now on a one-on-one level of cores. So with all of that, we're gonna get into pulls and things like that. So we're gonna actually do pulls now because I want to get more cores to talk about the second portion, which is dismantle. So when you have cores that are, in your words, maybe useless, you can now dismantle them. And it will show you what it is. It's like the one that I have selected is a dual skill cogwheel. It's a lighter cog. Let me see. Since this is new to me and I'm learning this live, boom. So this one is not a lighter cog, but it's a dual wheel cogwheel. It's extra durable. I'm assuming it's because of just the expansion on it, but you get a value. And I'm just showing you. So I will explain towards the tail end of the video what the steel does and those things like that. So when you want to dismantle, you can receive either iron or steel. And I'll explain that briefly later on. But dismantling is a new feature. Just know the difference between dismantling and synthesis. If you dismantle, you're basically scrapping the cores for these items that can be traded in the shop to get different things. And we're going to take a field trip later to discuss the shop. Whereas if you're synthesizing, the point of synthesizing your cores is to potentially achieve a lighter cogwheel. So weigh your options in your value system of what you would like to achieve as far as a lighter cogwheel. Now, we're gonna get into pulls, and then we'll get into towards the end of the video because I do want to try to wrap this video up within 30 minutes. Trying my best to just give as much information as possible, hopefully without overloading anybody, but give as much one-on-one information just about cores. I've waited months to do this video because I wanted to learn as much as I could to give you guys, the newer audience that know absolutely maybe nothing about cores, just all the information possible, because I have struggled with looking online for information about cores and there's very little. Even when looking for stuff in the KRO stuff, very little. So I'm just giving out information. Maybe there will be a Omni Vesper Core, Verus Core 102 video class later on, depending on how receptive this video is. But for right now, this is just gonna be a 1-for-1, and I'll see how I like it after it's been released and everything. All right, so without further ado, I'm gonna do cogwheel pulls. I'm not gonna use my nan berries. I'm just gonna use the tickets. So we're gonna just use them all. So I'm gonna skip the animation, and we're just gonna go. Skip the animation. We're just gonna go. Skip the animation. We're just gonna go. And we're just gonna do it until they're all gone. I saved these specifically for this video, so if anybody's out there like, man, he's really just burning through tickets, it is what it is. All this was for the sake of the video. Boom. All right, cool. Got a Demic. Cool. Got another Demic. Cool. All right, cool. Receive. Now I got all of these cores, right? And what I'm looking at, I believe I pulled a lightweight one there. I'm looking to see the chances of me pulling lightweight cores. That's what I'm looking for. I didn't really pull too many lightweight cores. So yeah, and that's what I'm looking at right now. I'm just looking at the chances of me, basically me doing 110 pulls. I pulled one lightweight core of a archdam, right? So now we're going to go and we're going to use these, and we're just gonna go max 30. Boom. All right, boom. So as you can see, the odds of getting a smelting core, very, very small. That was 30. And I didn't get a smelting core. Am I upset? Nah, not really. Alright, that's kind of what I expected. Anyways, so that I'm not like going through time, it's unfortunate. But what we did learn is I get a smelting cogwheel fragment. So that's something at least. And when you get 5, now that I notice, you will receive a smelting cogwheel. So for those out there that are wondering, well, what's the point? At least you get something. You're getting something. So it's unfortunate, but I was able to receive these Demi cogwheels, and now I want to get into dismantling. So I'm gonna sort all of these, and we're gonna dismantle. Now we're gonna dismantle because I do want to show this. So now we're gonna dismantle, and all right. So boom, I'm just gonna select all of these because I don't care about all these archdams. Can I do fast selection? Normal loads, archdams. Let's see, no double skills. Confirm. Ooh, that's nice. That's actually nice. This is my first time. Boom. Fast selection. Same thing. Get rid of everything. Everything that's just, all right, cool. Dismantle. Fast selection. We getting rid of all of it. I don't know how many I have. Oh, I guess we're at the end of the line. Cool. Get rid of all of that. Now we're gonna go to fast selection. We're gonna do the same thing for my Vespers. Cause dismantle. Boom. 60. Fast selection. Dismantle. Boom. 60. Fast selection. Boom. 60. Fast selection. That's it? Alright, cool. Now, you might be saying, well, Omni, what are you going to do with these irons? Let's go take a field trip. Oh, well, that's embarrassing. Okay. So, there was a new NPC added into the game as of today's update. That basically this NPC, you can trade in your irons for particular items. Unfortunately, you can't get smelting cores at this NPC, and this is the NPC I'm circling. So you come here, and now you have a plethora of items that you can potentially get, right? Well, if you want lubricants, which I didn't really explain, but I'll just give a brief synopsis of lubricants. Lubricants allow you to maintain your core, so that, and another way you can get lubricants is to buy them. These are the rates of lubricants, so that you can extend the life cycle of your particular core. Just a brief a brief example, I'll click on one of these. So as you can see, my Light Destroyer, Demi Cogwheel, its lifespan is 29 days. If I want for it to be longer, I'll click maintenance, and now I can use a lubricant, and that would allow me to expand its lifespan. So cogwheels that you're more attached to are worth expanding your lifespan. So I wanted to show that in the video. And in the shop, you can decide what you want. Unfortunately, if you choose to bid on the advanced cogwheel gotcha, you will not have access to the smelting cores. Smelting cores are only available as of right now in the mystery shop. Sorry, that's the direction gravity is going right now. Hopefully in the future they will release events or release more accessible ways to achieve smelting cores or smelting core fragments. However, what you see in the shop is kind of what you get. Now, for me personally, what I'm gonna go for, believe it or not, I'm gonna go for these. I'm gonna purchase these because I value re-rolling more than I value the advanced cogwheel gotcha. That's just me. You don't have to take what I do, apply to yourself. But in a nutshell, I believe that's everything. I believe I covered everything. I just want to say thank you to everybody that have been very, supportive of me and everything. I wanted to just make this video for you guys. Just get into a more informational video for you guys. If you guys would like below and talk about builds and things like that, please use my comment section for that. I won't necessarily get into the nitty and gritty of builds. This video is just a Cogwheel Verus Core one-on-one video. It's not to get into any of the competitive aspects of the game. It's just to simply have information, supply information of what cogwheels are and how you can potentially use them to up your game, whatever server you're at. So hope you guys like the video. If you guys would like a 102 video where I could potentially talk about builds and things like that, please let me know. I apologize for going over 30 minutes. I know people have issues, I guess, with longer content. I tried to make this as informationally impactful as possible. So with all that, you guys know me. I'm gonna get out of here. And until next time, Omni loves you. You guys know I love you guys. Until next time, Omni out. Peace, love, and everything in between. And as always, take care, everyone. Peace.